Caffeine and Connections with Angie. Connect purpose, spirit, love, wealth, and networking. Relax and chill. Caffeine and Connections with Angie.
And we are back. Oh my gosh, I'm excited for today. I am super excited. Y'all, it's Angie, Angelina Griffin, Caffeine Connections, the podcast. As you know, what we do here is we celebrate us. We are here, Black people, professionals, unapologetically talking about topics around health, love, awareness, and wealth. So welcome to Caffeine Connections. This is our episode number 3 for 2026. And I am so honored to have podcast hosts and business professionals, Liv and Mello here. Welcome.
Hey, what's up?
Shouts out to the Caffeine Connections crew.
Thank you. Yes, the Caffeine Connections crew. For those that know, Caffeine Connections, the podcast stemmed from Caffeine Connections, the meetup. So Liv and Mello haven't been to Caffeine Connections, the meetup yet. So they are our first guest into this platform. So I'm super excited because we get a chance to talk about a topic that I'm super passionate about. And if you ever watched any of the videos, you hear me talking about it, that I'm passionate about. I'm a Libra. I'm a lover of love. So today we're talking about love. And today's topic is Black love resilience, navigating, I guess, modern day challenges with purpose, or modern challenges with purpose.
Yes.
And I think we have the perfect people to represent with us today. What do y'all think?
Thank you.
Well, let's do this, because when you come here, we have to have you to introduce yourself so the people know who you are. So I'll let you take it away.
All right. Well, my government name is Carlton, but most people know me as Mello Melanin. And Angie and I go way back. And this is my beautiful wife. And we have this beautiful podcast that she created. And she created the idea for it and shared it with me. And the rest is history. But I want her to introduce herself, since this is a lot of firsts. We got a lot of history going on right here today.
Yes. So my government name, as he said, is Olivia, but I go by Liv Lewis, and I am the host of Legacy Journeys podcast. And it's basically a podcast where for couples over 40 talking about love, life, and relationships.
Perfect. So tell us, I guess what we can do is let's talk about the podcast, since that's what you ended with. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a little reversal, right? We're going to talk about the podcast. Then we're going to talk about the two of you and how you met, where you met, you know what I mean? How y'all got together and how long you've been married, all that good stuff. And then, talk about these modern challenges with purpose.
Yes, because that's all the truth. That's all the truth.
Well, and I guess I can set the stage by saying I've been following you all's podcast on Facebook. So the recordings, I tap in. Mello, I think it started with you sharing, and then Liv, somehow, some way we I don't know if we're friends or I'm just seeing the videos. I don't know how it's working.
Yeah, he tags me in the video, so it's probably, yeah.
Either way, it's good content. It's such rich content. I'm loving seeing the two of you and your weight loss journey, your health journey, I should say.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm loving seeing the well, I remember seeing the two of you, I think when y'all first got together, even before you got married, right? Because y'all were sharing the journey before you actually had Legacy Journey, I feel. Is that
Probably
Oh
so.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
we
yeah.
taking pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah. So tell us about that podcast. Tell us more about the podcast.
So the podcast for me was a way to connect and network with other couples. Um, my vision for it was to have like gatherings because I like having like game nights and things like that. And I always was trying to, have like find like couple friends,
Okay.
especially since we moved to the country where we are now. It's, we don't have anybody. Our people are in Atlanta. And
Mm-hmm.
so down here was like, okay, we don't really have anybody that we can hang out with. So the podcast was kind of a way, I guess, for me to again connect with other couples.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would like to do. And my vision is to have like game nights to, travel together. We both love to travel. We love doing different things. Um, like I said, I don't know, skiing, horseback riding, just whatever.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
doing it
that's pretty
as
cool.
couples.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's how the podcast started. Have y'all started doing any of that yet?
No, not yet. But what I found was challenging because we just went into it. First of all,
Okay.
I was not a social media person at
Okay.
all. I would post here and there. That was all mellow,
Uh-huh.
and so I never thought that I would be doing this. I always thought that my success was dependent on me having a degree and working. And that's where I always thought that
Mhm.
my, I guess, success would come from.
Okay.
Yeah, I never thought I would be doing this, and especially with my husband.
Well,
Yeah,
life has a way of
never
shifting things,
thought.
right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, she came to me with the idea twice. The first time I was like, "Yeah, let's go." And she
I
she
was
she got
like,
cold feet.
what? What do you mean? What do you mean, let's do it?
What did you
And
think he was
Like,
gonna
hold
say when
up.
you brought it to him?
Right, right. I did, but he was like, "Okay." And so I brought it up again and he was like, "Let's do it." And so I started looking up things and okay, let me look up a microphone and we had a little makeshift set
yeah.
in our apartment in Smyrna and we got it started.
Yeah, I knew she
Wow.
was serious when she bought a microphone. When she bought the Blue Yeti, she didn't even know what she had bought. So she bought the Blue Yeti. I was like, "Okay, she's for real. I gotta get a Blue Yeti too."
Yeah,
You know
then he
what I
was like,
mean?
"Wait, I want one
Yeah, you
too."
can't
Okay.
have a set where you got matched microphones.
So yeah, oh God, we started with like a black
We had like a
tarp
tarp
or
thing, yeah.
yeah,
Even before
Oh,
that, we had
wow.
oh,
a
green
green
screen.
screen. Yeah, we
Okay,
had a
okay.
green screen in front of
Oh yeah, if you look at our first videos, looking back at them now, like, and it's been almost 2 years.
yeah.
I
April
always
will
hear
be two
podcasters say that
years.
though. They always say, "You gotta look at where we started and then, now look at where you are." But the whole thing is, it's just starting,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
That's
Yes.
that's
half the
it.
battle is
Yeah,
starting.
yes.
Yeah.
And so,
That's good.
yeah, but I didn't realize like how much work actually goes into it. And look, I don't even do anything but come up with my child is only coming up with the content.
Yeah.
His, on the other hand, like the editing and, just everything, it's a lot. And not already having a following,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That was difficult too, and so, but
Yeah. I mean, and I understood how to do those things. So,
Mhm.
right,
music business stuff and hip
Yeah.
hop and starting a record label, and it was just once we figured out a flow, was just duplicating the flow.
right,
Yeah.
So we have a little checklist that we go through every show. Even we did for this, and this is our first interview, but I used that same checklist,
Yeah.
to go right down and make sure the lighting was good, everything.
Yeah.
you know? So she told me, like, look, let's manifest it. You know, it's easy to do. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So
Well, and Liv, you said all you have to do is come up with the content, but that's, I mean, don't
Oh, wait.
discredit yourself,
I
right?
I know. I do.
Teamwork
I
makes the
do.
dream work for sure.
Yes, you're right. That is
Yeah.
difficult in itself, trust me.
Yeah.
Especially trying to find something that will draw people our age, And it's like funny because I find myself like, just trying to give tips because, people don't know. Not everyone is, tech savvy. I'm still not. I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just trying to get the people, what will interest them.
Yeah. But, there's a lane for everyone. That's the thing, right? A
yep,
lot of people think, well, who's gonna, I don't have a following, I don't have this. Like, just start it. The people will come.
they sure will.
You will
Yep,
find
your
You're
you.
people will come.
absolutely
People are
right.
Your
looking
people will
for you.
come. Yep.
They will
Yes,
find you. And that's how it works. Cause that's the whole thing of starting, right? Cause you never know until you do it.
Yes,
So
exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
kudos to the two of you and you Liv for bringing it to Mello and him being supportive by saying, let's do it.
Yeah. I'm
Kudos.
surprised. Like when I think about it now, like, yeah, it's
I'm still surprised.
it's an
Look,
entity now. Like,
from where from where I've come from
Mhm.
and what I've been through, I'm still shocked and amazed that I'm doing this because again, I wasn't that person. Like
Mhm.
at all. It's so funny. I was talking to my friend, I'm always referring to her, but I was telling her, she was like, "Oh my gosh," she was like, "You like the hearing the sound of your voice?" I'm like, "Girl, no, I hate it." Like, but I had to get used to it.
You have a great voice.
Oh, well, thank you. I was
Yes.
telling him, what I hear, it doesn't sound the same when I hear it back. And so thank you for that.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
it's just a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. And we will always be our worst critics.
Oh,
mhm.
Always.
absolutely.
Always be our worst critics, but it's all good. Now, I have a question for the two of you, right? This podcast. So you've been going 2 years strong.
Mhm.
Um, the journey is the journey, right? So is 2 years how long the two of you have been married or together?
Oh
No.
no, we've been together. This year will be almost
10
10
years. This
years.
year will be 10 years. Yeah.
Wow, 10
On my
Yeah.
years.
birthday. Yeah, we
Yep.
met on my
We met
birthday,
on his birthday
Melo, when's
at
your birthday?
September 6th.
I was gonna say, I know you're a September baby. I couldn't remember what side of the spectrum.
Yeah, September,
Okay.
the closer to the Leo side.
Virgo, you a Virgo, huh?
Right, right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we met on my birthday
yes,
almost 10 years
and
ago.
it was not by accident. Not at all.
No?
No. Like it's so funny. We met at Bigelow's
In Atlanta.
in Atlanta.
She probably doesn't know where Bigelow's is.
Oh
I
Cause
know
it's
the
been a
no.
name, I
long
don't know where it is, though.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's been a long how long have you been out of it now?
I
Oh,
moved
you're
away
not
in
in
I
Atlanta.
moved away in 2014.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's on Gresham Road.
Yeah.
Gresham
I
and
know the name,
I'm
McIntyre.
I just never been myself.
okay. Yeah. So we met there. Me and my friend used to go there all the time on Tuesdays, and we went there this one Tuesday, and it was so funny because when we went there, I was meeting a guy I had met on Plenty of Fish.
Okay.
Yeah, we went there, and I don't even think she knew. I don't know if I told her, but yeah, I had met this guy I met on this dating app, Plenty of Fish, and I met him there, and we met. He came, and he went to the bathroom, and he left, and I was just like, okay, oh well. And so I was sitting there, like, just like I was like, before I met him, I was like, I'm about to open like the doors. I was open to dating whoever race. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I was at that point,
Well, you were, like, at your wit's end, I guess you can
Yes,
say? Okay.
that part.
Okay.
Yes, I was. And so I seen him later on that night. I seen him at the bar and his back was to me, and there was 2 ladies talking to him, and I was plotting how I was gonna, like, introduce myself to him.
Yeah.
I promise, this is a true story. I was plotting how I was going to introduce myself to him. And I was like, okay, I was like, but dang, there's 2 women up there. But I knew he wasn't interested. So I was just sitting back waiting for them to finish.
Did he have
And
like a
he was
very
nice.
disinterested look on his face while the 2 women were talking to him?
I just knew that he wasn't interested. We just gonna put it like
I
that.
wanna know why. Like, how does she know, Mello?
I mean, they just didn't seem like his type.
Yeah, that was
She
like
was
I was
judging.
think about 10 years ago, that was like they were extreme cougars. So like Bigelow's is like, yeah, it was
It's
like
like
Oh, yeah, I know. I've
like
heard
a
about
older
Bigelow's.
type.
yeah.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? One of those type, but it's a real cool spot. And they got
okay.
the best freaking chicken wings. So if you just go for the chicken wings, you know what I'm saying?
Next time y'all are around in town, see if I'm in town and maybe we can meet up for some chicken
Oh,
wings.
girl, it is a
Definitely.
must. It is a must. Yes, you have to go there.
Yeah.
Oh, and one other little tidbit, that new Netflix series, His and Hers,
Uh-huh.
it was on there.
Yeah, they actually filmed it
They
in the
actually
background.
At
filmed
Bigelow?
it.
Yeah, the location.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was actually the bar they called Spirits that Jack
Oh,
Jack
okay, I
went
remember
to.
that. Yeah. That was
That's
there?
the place we
That's
met.
Bigelow's. Yeah.
That is
Wow.
Bigelow's. Isn't that crazy?
That is. I didn't even think Atlanta. Like, that didn't
Oh
even
yeah,
cross my
they
mind.
yeah, you know, they
They
film so
film
much
there
movies and
all
stuff
the
in there.
time.
I
And
know.
I was like, yo, that's Bigelow's. But anyway, yeah, so
Okay.
that's where we met. I approached him and I went up to him and was like, is this seat taken?
She
And
shot
then
her
what
shot.
and then what happened?
And we started talking and the rest is his. Oh, and it's funny because he had on a wedding band on his pinky finger. And I was like, that's a wedding ring on your pinky finger?
And it wasn't.
Really?
It
And
was
he
just
was
a
like,
pinky
no, it's the
ring?
anchor. Like, I'm not married. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it was a little anchor I'd had. It
Liv, were
was
you flirting? Was that your, like
Oh, yeah, girl. I was shooting my shot deliberately.
okay.
Yes, I
That's
was very
awesome.
intentional.
It's fun to I get a kick, and I think it's so fun to hear women put it out there that they shot their shot, right? No shame, just unapologetic.
It
I
was
love it.
no shame in my game. I'm telling you, I was prepping, like trying to think, okay, what can I say to him?
So good thing the guy from Plenty of Fish walked out the door.
Sure. Yep. Yep. He came in. He didn't even like talk to me, like, or say, how you doing? Nice meeting you. He went to the bathroom and he left back out.
Oh, you saw him when he walked in. He didn't
Yeah, I
acknowledge
seen
you.
him. We knew that,
Right.
we was who we said we were, and he didn't really give me much of a conversation. He went
Yeah.
to the bathroom, checked the spot out, and he left.
Well,
Yes,
whoever
thank
this
you.
guy is, if you're listening, Liv
Yes,
thanks
he
you.
was a sales guy. He sold cars somewhere. Yes, thank you very much. Thank
Yeah.
you very
hey,
much.
his loss. He'll be all right.
Right.
He'll
Well,
be
that
all
was
right.
cool. I
Yeah,
always wondered what the story was, like how the 2 of you met. So
that's
Yeah,
how we
I
met.
went there. It was my birthday, and I had
And
never
he had
been there before,
never been there, and his
ever.
parents stayed like down the street.
Yeah, like 2 or 3
yeah.
miles, not even 3.
Not even 3,
Yeah,
and he never been to this bar. I'm like, "What are you" and I'm not even originally from from Georgia. I'm from New Jersey, so
Yeah.
how you never been here? And I've been coming here since, like, 2000, like, 7, 8, and he ain't never been.
hey, it wasn't a hip hop spot.
It is
Damn
kinda like a
straight.
neighborhood. It's kinda like a
It's
Yeah, it's a
neighborhood
neighborhood.
spot.
definitely
Yeah,
not
Yeah.
a hip-hop spot,
no.
no.
That's
No.
probably one of the reasons why I never would hang out on Gresham Road. That just wasn't
Oh,
an
yeah,
area
yeah,
unless
yeah.
I
This
went to
isn't
the
a place
Walmart.
you would
I went to the
just yeah.
Walmart on Gresham. That was pretty much it.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not a place you would be like, oh, unless you know, because
There was
what's
another
the
club
other
across the street.
club Bolt?
Yeah, there was a club across the street too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
But
oh,
yeah,
that's
it
so
was so
cool.
funny that
So,
he had never been there, and that was his first day, and it was his birthday, and he wanted to try something
I
different.
wanted to do something different for my birthday.
well, look at you.
I
And you
know, right?
found
Came out with a
and you
wife.
found your wife the same night. Isn't that something? She
Yeah.
found you.
Yeah.
Y'all
Okay.
found each other. Well, so I really want to kind of go back to the podcast a little bit, but I want to dive into something that's related to your podcast. So y'all been married for 10 years. The podcast been going
No,
on
no,
for
Oh,
no,
no,
no.
no,
We have
no.
been married for 10.
We were
you've been okay.
together
So how long
10,
have you been married?
only a year
Yes.
and a month.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
okay. But y'all been together for 10 years. That's pretty
Yeah.
solid though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, marriages, I hear people say marriage is hard, but then I've heard people say marriage is not so hard. Um, I have my own opinion about marriage. I'm not going to put my opinion out there about marriage because this is not about me today. But I do want to hear from the two of you now that you've been married for a year. And I know you were very transparent on that one video where you guys kind of had a little rocky road, right? But between that episode and all your other episodes, what is your favorite episode that y'all have done together?
Ooh, Angie, we probably got about
Oh my God.
80 episodes.
What is your
So,
favorite? I'm gonna
I
tell you that
think
one right there was my
ooh,
favorite of y'all's. That's why I'm telling you. That one was
okay,
my
cool.
favorite that
Thank
I've
you.
watched because the transparency was so real and I loved it so much.
I think for me, the funny ones for me, the best ones are like the funny ones.
The
Yeah.
funny ones.
And so I think for me, the best one was when we were talking about the dildo under the bed.
Oh yeah.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
that was the
hilarious.
that was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah. Because one
There
of the
was
things
one well, I'm sorry, Bella, go ahead.
one of the things we used to do was read Reddit stories.
Okay.
Subreddits. And that was some of the topics she come up with. So.
I would find like the craziest ones for like people our age.
Yeah.
And this one was a wife found a fleshlight and a dildo under her husband's bed. And she was like, what do I do?
Right.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Did you say under her husband's bed? Like they had two
Under
separate
their
beds?
bed.
Under
Yes.
their
Under
bed,
Under
a
their
whole their
bed.
bed.
Okay.
But it
okay.
wasn't hers. It was his. He just happened to see it
Understood.
in his bag. Yeah, she happened to see it in his bag.
Wow.
And she was like, what do I do? And I'm like, I wouldn't know how to have that conversation.
Yeah, that
And
was
my mind just went. He was like, yo, keep that imaginary. Because I was like, explaining what would I do? Like,
yeah, don't use me as an example. Yeah, we had a good time.
oh my God. Oh God, I was just dying laughing. Yeah.
I just remember one where y'all were, I think, was it you, Mello? Or maybe Liv said something about passing gas in your chair.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
And I was
God,
like, wait.
yes.
He was like, you can't, don't pass gas in my chair. I said, well,
Yeah,
that's
that was
her chair
her.
too.
Yeah.
It's both
Yeah,
of
that
y'all
was-
chair.
Like, don't do that.
And it was her work chair too. That was
Right.
cool.
It was my work.
I don't know how I remembered that one, but that was funny.
Right. And then, yeah, it's just, like I said, we just talk about like real things. Like, people are scared to talk about or maybe uncomfortable talking about. We just talk about that stuff because
Just being ourselves.
it's just
really.
being
Yeah,
ourselves.
just
Like,
being ourselves.
I talk about myself all the time, how when I was heavy and I talk about skinny sex, and how it's better. And I mean, why not make fun of?
Hey, but that's the beauty of y'all, because you're being your true, authentic selves, truthfully.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it.
But that's what people want.
Yes, absolutely.
That's what
Yep.
people want.
No scripts, none of that
No,
stuff.
no
You
script,
know,
no.
we might have bullet points, but other than that, yeah, no scripts.
No script. It's real truth, real stories, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, so that was yours, Liv. Was that yours too, Mello? Your favorite?
Mine is gonna be probably when we were first getting started in Smyrna. One of the first ones was Smith. she she'll mess up the lyrics to songs and, and it was Poison. The Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe.
Okay.
And so she's like, they're like, wrong move, you dead. That girl is poison. And she says, yo, Smith, blow. And I said, babe, he's saying slick. He was saying, yo, Smith, blow. I'm like, who is Smith?
Like, who is Smith? You
No,
making up your own words over
yeah,
here.
no one. I said,
I
no one in there
I will
is named
mess
Smith.
I will mess up some lyrics.
But that's fun. That's fun.
He's always picking on me, so
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Well, I was curious. I'm telling you. I mean, I've been tapping in and paying attention. I'm going to continue. And
Thank you.
thank you so much.
yeah. And of course, what I will do is make sure I put the link. Well, y'all are broadcasting on Facebook only right now, right?
Facebook, we have a website that
Okay.
needs love, but it's called legacyjourneys.net. So
Okay.
we're there, and Facebook and YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
Okay, so your YouTube as well, Facebook. So
Uh-huh.
make sure I get those links so I can
Okay.
put them into the description because we do want people to tap in and check you all out. Because as y'all can
Yes.
see, they are hilarious.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you so
Definitely
much.
funny. So you're
I'm
not,
always wondering, like, oh my God, what do people think? Because again, I'm not used to, doing this. So
Mhm.
it's new for me. And so yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, y'all
It,
are just
it,
being yourselves. Yeah.
yeah, and it brings me life. So that's one of the things. It's like it's the same thing for me as giving a show or a presentation. It's a performance. And we get to talk and do our thing, and people can watch us 24/7. I love that. So
Yeah.
you perform
Yeah.
once and people get the benefit of the performance, continue, to benefit from.
It's your element.
Yes, yes.
My
Expression.
my friend Tanya was talking about Caffeine Connection. She was like, "Oh yeah, that's you, Angie. Angie 2.0." I was like, no, she said Hip Hop Angel 2.0 is what she said.
That's what's up.
I was like,
Okay.
I guess I can see that. So yeah, I understand where you're coming from there. Very cool. So let's talk about this Black love resilience,
Hmm.
right? Modern challenges with purpose. Um, and that's like a mouthful in my opinion, that
Mhm.
topic itself, right? Because when we talk about Black love resilience, we can go down a rabbit hole. I don't know about y'all.
Okay.
Modern challenges, but with purpose. I guess my question to you, if y'all don't mind, if we switch gears just a little bit and talk
Sure.
about love and relationships or Black love in relationships. What is your idea of Black love resilience?
Hmm.
Ooh. For me, it's being there for each other, supporting each other, um, respecting each other, like no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, did you have more?
No.
Okay. So when I think of those three words, Black love resilience, when I think about resilience, I think about bouncing back,
Mm.
being resilient and, you know, really what that takes to do that.
Right.
What does it really take to
Right.
bounce back? You know, what we went through, it wasn't the worst thing in the world. There was no cheating or anything like that, you know, and have to kind of really look at like your values and what
Mhm.
you really want and why, you know, are you with your mate?
Right.
Mhm.
Why are you with your mate? Because if you don't know why you're with your mate and you're like you talked about purpose, in
Mhm.
that. So yeah, our purpose together is to continue to build each other up.
Right.
This woman has my back. She's seen me crawling, trying to get back together, and and I know that, and I know that's the type of person I was looking for, somebody who
Yes.
was gonna have my back. And so, during our time to get us back to that resilience, I had to remember that, get
Yeah.
us back to that level. I had to think about that, you know, because it's dating. I don't even want to think about what dating is like at 50, at 54, over,
Yeah.
going forward. And then it's so much other things that need to be attended to. And it's like, okay, well, how do I just made a vow with this one. I just made a vow with my mate. How does this look? Are you in integrity or out of integrity?
Mhm.
And how could I get me back in integrity with what my vows were?
Hmm.
That's good. Come on,
Yeah.
Mello.
Hey, I mean, that's my word.
Yeah.
We got married at my home church, which is her home church now,
Now, yeah.
so I couldn't take any of that for granted. Yeah, you're gonna be
Yeah.
mad, and it's good to have people around you that you can count on to talk to. Um, that was very helpful. And I think just, having a tribe, for sure, having a tribe is definitely helped with resilience.
When you say you're having a tribe, what does that look like to you?
Ooh, so for me, that was my fraternity brothers, because I didn't want
Okay.
everybody in my business.
Okay.
And even just people who I had made relationships with,
Mhm.
just, in my neighbors. Because, just being transparent, we had a disagreement, turned into an argument, and I left from here and went to Atlanta. And
Mhm.
so, people in my environment who I've met since I've been down here, I was able to, that's my tribe, because
And
they
you're in
see
the
me.
country town where y'all are now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm the type of person, I never meet a stranger. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So I build relationships with people, and I'm cool with people.
Mhm.
And and even just for me to even get to that point in the short period of time,
Mhm.
you know, I had to have a tribe to be able to do that. But also I had to have people to just have my back and say, hey, I need to be able to chill out, you know, just for a day or so, just for a month. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna need to be able to chill for a month. I'm not gonna be over here forever because I'm going back to my wife.
That was the brotherhood kinda holding you down, saying keeping you accountable to that.
Yes, yes. So, and I just know that, like I said, she has my back. And I
Yeah.
know we're building something, and we've been through things. And this
Mhm.
ain't the worst thing we've been through.
Mhm.
And I had to look at, also to my responses to trauma coming out too. And that was a
Ooh.
that was a big thing.
That was a
I
big
I
thing.
remember
That
y'all
was
talking
hard.
about that too. I think that's another thing that made me wanna have y'all here.
Yeah, yeah. So the whole thing
Yeah.
about fight, flight, freeze,
Mhm.
responses to trauma. Yeah, I understood that on a logical level, but after
Okay.
this episode, yeah, I start to really dissect it and say, yeah, I've understand that my response is flight. I got too much I need to do. So
Mhm.
that version of me that had this flight response, yeah, he has to die.
Ooh, I like that. Did you go through counseling yourself, like to a therapist
Oh,
about
we
Yes.
that?
both.
You both
Yes,
Yes.
we
did?
both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I found out that in that separation that my trauma response was fight.
Mm,
And see, and I had to learn who my tribe was also, because unlike him, I don't, I'm not in or a sorority.
right.
I went no contact with like my family,
Mhm.
who is from here. And so I didn't have that. So
Right.
it was like I found out like who my tribe was, like who my people are,
Did you
that
find
I
them
could
just
come
through
to.
that situation you were going through?
Well, I found out who my friends actually I had friends,
Mhm.
I actually thought that I didn't have, I wouldn't say have friends, but I found out who my friends were
Your real friends.
during
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my mom, my mom wasn't able to be there because she's just not that type of person. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have her, and so I didn't have anyone here
Right.
to go to. I had people I could talk to. And so I learned then, like he said, who my people were
Yeah.
during that. Because that was a hard time for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially
Yeah.
if your trauma response is fight, you're trying to fight.
Yes, yes, and
Yeah.
He's
I
like,
didn't
Those two
know
are
fight.
not
that,
gonna mesh. Yeah.
right? And I didn't know that because I realized that that's what I was going through. That's what I was always going through, like with my family. I talk a lot about my family and what I went through with them because it was traumatic. Because
Yeah.
that's all I knew.
Mm-hmm.
That is all I knew, and I didn't realize I brought that trauma response into my relationship, into my marriage.
Same.
I think that's
Because I
everybody
was
though.
always, huh?
I think that's everyone. I think everyone does
Right,
because
right. But you
yeah.
don't, like I said, I'm just coming to this realization
Yeah.
like within the past 2 years, like learning like who's for me and who's not. Even if it's blood, but
Yeah.
blood ain't always family.
That's right.
That's not always your tribe. And I had to learn that. And I learned that like through what we went through.
Yeah. That's beautiful. That just shows right there that community is so impactful,
Yes.
right? A lot
Yes.
of people tend to discredit true community, but that just shows we do need other people.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, people need people.
Yep.
As
Yep.
as
Yeah.
introverted as a lot of us can be, not you, Mello, because you don't know a stranger, but
Yes.
for
He
the rest
does
of us out
not.
here, we still need community. We still need our
Right.
tribe.
Right.
I love that part of your story. The fact that y'all recognize those trauma responses, right? But we're able to identify those and say, and I love Mello that you said, "Hey, you got to go. You got to
Yeah.
die."
That
Like,
person they had to die. Yeah.
Yeah. And in
That
order to
both
get
of us, in
yeah,
order for us to elevate and move to that level that we want to be at, that person had to go.
right.
my gosh, y'all are. Somebody is benefiting from the story right now. Somebody's going to
I
benefit.
really
Maybe
hope
not. I mean, when
so.
they watch this, is what I'm referring to. Somebody's
Yeah,
Yes.
going to
I hope
benefit from
Yes, I
the
so.
hope
story.
so. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like you asked if we went through therapy. Yes. We both
Couples
have
counseling
individual therapists and
and
we got a couple counselors.
individual. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I know that I am working on me and being a better person, and I want to be
Mhm.
a better person for him.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
so, yeah, I knew that I had work to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And let me ask y'all this though, talking about Black love resilience and modern challenges. If you don't mind sharing,
Mhm.
have you both been married before? Mello, I know you have,
Yeah.
right? Liv,
This
how
is my
about you?
third marriage.
Your third, Mello? Okay.
And this
And
is my
final.
first
So this is your first.
and
So
final.
this is a modern challenge in itself,
Mhm.
right? Where you have Liv, this is her first, Mellow. You've had multiple different experiences in marriage. Was both of your ideas of marriage the same when you got together or when you decided to get married?
Oh, that is a really good question.
Yeah. Ooh.
Um, I know that one of the things that I liked about her that I didn't see in a lot of my other relationships is that her parents were still together, you know, and they stayed together till her father made his transition.
Okay.
So, and my parents, they were married, they got divorced, but then they got back together.
Mhm.
So, and they're still together, and they're
Mhm.
probably gonna be the death do us part,
Mhm.
and I hadn't experienced that before.
Okay.
I hadn't experienced that before, and I think strangely that made some type of difference maybe in my mind, but for me, it just did, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, a person's history again, the way a person grows up, those that I always say it's like the inner child based off of the experience that lives within that person. It kind of reflects.
Absolutely.
So I guess for you, Mello, that was important that you knew that your next person, your significant other, your death do you part person had that
Yeah,
upbringing.
it really was. I was thinking on that line. Yep. I mean,
And
that didn't have to be
yeah.
like it had to be that, it wasn't like
Right.
it was rigid, but I noticed that.
Yeah.
I noticed that pattern and, you know,
So what's the
and
difference between a person that has that experience versus a person that does not?
someone who in my experience,
Mhm.
because it may not be like that. I'm not saying that's the same for every
Well,
single one
it
because
was
it's
something
not.
that you knew that you wanted based off of what you've seen, so
Yeah, and
yeah.
I'm looking at it I was looking at it based on how the woman treated a man. 'Cause
Mm.
what they saw, what they saw of their parent, their mother
Mhm.
treating a man.
That's what I
How
was
is
looking for. That's what I
yeah,
was looking
how
for
is
you to say.
yeah, how does her mother
Yeah.
treat the father?
Mm.
And I could see that. In other situations, I couldn't see that.
Okay.
Mm.
That's Liv, did you she's like, "Mm."
I'm saying because it's funny. Yeah, my parents have been together. They were together like 55, I believe, years before my dad transitioned last year. However, like I know that that wasn't like an ideal like example of a good marriage. Well, not years ago, you know what I'm saying? Now, like, of course, they were together but that wasn't my idea of marriage. I knew I wanted to be, and I wanted it to be, of course, forever.
Mhm.
And I had my parents as that example. I just didn't want it to be like theirs.
Yeah.
I honestly wanted it to be more like his parents and how they are.
What was that difference, if you don't mind sharing?
Um, I guess for me, it would be like education wise, because my parents didn't have a high level of education, and my dad was like I didn't have the best relationship with my dad.
Mhm.
And and when I see his parents, like I look up to them.
Okay.
So yeah, that to me was like ideal. Maybe, not everything, but for the most part,
Yeah.
I thought that their marriage was like ideal.
Yeah. What's the difference between, for you, Mello, um, remarrying in your 50s versus your younger years? We'll just say your younger years. You
Oh
as an
my goodness.
individual.
I
Oh,
I
girl.
used to say this thing here, my first marriage, I was too young. The second one, I was too dumb. And so the first one, I was too young. My brain hadn't really finished developing. It's only 23 years old, so I really hadn't experienced enough life really, and I had so many ideas and so many things I wanted to do. I was into music and, I really was gung ho about that. And, but I was just so young. I didn't know how to treat a female, I saw my grandparents, but I just hadn't experienced enough life.
Mhm.
The second one, I just ignored red flags, you know. Just ignored red flags, mental red flags that they were there. Um, I mean, I got a beautiful daughter out of that relationship.
Mhm.
However, there were red flags for mental stability or instability, and I didn't heed those. So, yeah,
Yeah.
this one's
Yeah.
different. She had a job.
That's all it took, huh?
I mean, you just have to look at things like I don't wanna keep doing the
Well,
same
you
pattern.
know what? No, see, since you wanna open up Pandora's box,
Uh-huh.
this is gonna be this is for the ladies to tune in a little bit. What are those things? What were those things now in your 50s that you were kinda looking for in comparison to your 20s and 30s, right?
Mhm.
You mentioned she had a job. Okay, and women, I'm gonna ask you too, Liv, but we're gonna ask Mello since he had a history.
On the hot seat now. Well, 20s and 30s, I mean, hormones jumping off, out of the place, have sex with anything, when you're young, because you're trying to get an experience a lot of time. You know, as you get older, you should have had an experience. I've had 2 experiences, and it's definitely not it doesn't have to somebody could have the nicest body, but they could be mentally twisted, or you can have a situation where you have family members who try to plot against you. You can have anything that happens. So you have to look at things like that to me, like the stability of the person, the stability of their family, you
Yes.
know, that means a lot because I want stability. I want stability. Both of us can't be off the hinges.
Okay.
you know? So, I mean,
Oh,
it becomes more about, how a person can take care of themselves. She was taking care of herself well. She raised a daughter, daughter, was in college, when I met her, and she's gone on to have a master's degree now, and I love that, she can take care of herself, she helps me take care of me, you
but you
know?
didn't know that in the beginning,
I mean,
or
she's
did you?
always she has always helped me take care of me, and I recognize that,
I love
I
this.
can get the big head about certain things, but, I gotta kick my ego out sometimes.
So these are the different qualities that versus your younger years. I love it. I love to hear that. So, Liv, I know this is Mello's your first, only, and last husband.
Yes.
What were those qualities that you were looking for? I know you were eyeballing him at the bar and everything, but
Yeah. Um, I mean, well, of course, initially it was looks. I mean, but with Mello, like I wanted, like he said, I was taking care of myself. You know what I'm saying? I could take myself out to eat. I could get my nails done. I can get my hair done. All of that. I was wanting a partner.
yes.
I
Okay.
was wanting like a best friend, a partner, just that ride or die. Of course he had to be, I wanted somebody, who was spiritual, love God, all of that. We had to be um aligned and, all of that. But just, like I said, I seen him around his family, like and his mom, and I knew he was a good person,
Mhm.
and then it helped, of course, that, he, like I said, he's smart, just everything. And that's what I wanted in a partner.
That's perfect. I love that.
Yeah, I
Look at him, Mello.
wasn't
You
yeah,
you
I
see
didn't
his
need
little smile
anybody to
over
take
there? Look
care of
how he's
me.
smiling.
Look, I just didn't want to have to take care of nobody, you know. But and like I said, we met and we just clicked. Like
Yeah.
it really happened fast, like our
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah. So it was
Yeah.
kind of an instant connection, it sounds like, and it was easy, sounds like also.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was easy. I'm not gonna lie, like it wasn't just, oh my God, it was just so easy and perfect. But yeah, yeah,
yeah, communication has been easy, real
It
easy.
has or has not?
It
it
has.
has.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, communication
Okay.
was that was a big thing for me too, to be able to communicate. You know?
Yeah. That's important. To me, like, without communication, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, what are we doing if we can't
Yeah.
communicate? Especially at this big
Right.
age, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I wanted to be able to like build something like with my partner.
Mhm.
I just never thought, like I said, with this podcast, I never thought it would be that.
Yes.
So yeah, I wanted to build something together
Yes.
and grow together. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what we've done.
And I love that. So that kinda segues us back into the podcast, so thank you for saying that, Liv. So that one thing that y'all built together so far is the podcast. Do we have anything else that we can look forward to between the two of you? Where could we find like the Legacy Journeys brand going in the next couple years?
Oh, like I said, I want to be able to have events. I like planning events. I want to be able to host like a big game night or host a cruise or a trip somewhere or maybe like a retreat where we have because we want to interview like therapists, have a couples therapist come in. And actually, it's funny that you was talking about like, singles and what they're looking for. I wanted to do that too, where I was hooking up people because I'm always trying to hook somebody up because I want people to find love, like we have. And
Yes.
so I would love to be able to do that too, but yeah, I would like to do that if possible.
Yeah.
Maybe have like a singles hookup, for 40 and over. I said I wanted to do that initially, but then the more we got into it, it was like, okay, I know a bunch of single women. It was hard trying to find the men, and just not any men, just a quality one,
Right.
So yeah,
I feel like
that's where I
Atlanta is
see
one of the
us in
toughest
like
places to do stuff like that too. Because Atlanta, you do a singles event, it's going to be 90%, 95% women.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see with that. Maybe if I can recruit some single people to, start that up and we just, continue with the couples. But like I said, I like doing both.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's where I see ourselves, like planning events,
Very
hosting
cool.
events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely
Well,
for the Legacy Journeys brand. I mean, and it can help have us branch out for different things. So we're both talking about writing books,
Love
doing
that.
things like that. Because what do they say? Everybody has a book in them.
Everybody has a
So
story and a book in
a
them.
everybody,
story.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
at least
yeah.
one book. So definitely want to do that. And then real estate. So everything ties in together for what we're
Mhm.
doing. So yep.
Yeah. Okay, so y'all are truly building together. Liv says she wanted someone she could build with, and I love the fact that y'all are making that happen.
Yeah.
I love
Thank you.
it.
Yeah.
I
We
Yeah.
told you I
trying.
love love. So I love to see love in action, right? The
Hmm.
feeling of love is fine and dandy, but love in action to see it and to see the
Yeah.
development of it and to see how it manifests in real time is simply amazing. So kudos to the two of you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Absolutely. So I guess this is our time. Before we say our pieces, I was gonna say peace, see you laters and all that good stuff. You wanna go ahead and throw out where people can follow you online?
Sure. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely check out our YouTube channel. It's called Legacy Journeys Podcast.
Hmm.
We are also on Facebook. We have a couples community there, private community. Uh, we vet people, but check us out there.
Yeah.
Uh, all the socials like TikTok, Instagram, we have presences over there, but our biggest two are YouTube and
And
Facebook.
Facebook. Yeah.
Yep. And if
Amazing.
they want to reach out, Legacy Journeys 67 at
At
gmail.com.
gmail.com.
Yep.
Legacy Journeys with an
LegacyJourneys.net.
S, right?
Yes,
With an
Legacy
S,
Journeys.
67 at gmail.com. Yep.
Mhm.
Awesome. It has been such a pleasure speaking to the
Thank
Yes,
two
you
of
this
you
has
so
been
much
today.
for
fun.
having
Yes,
us.
yes.
I feel like this conversation could have gone so many places, but it just kind of segued into one and to the other. So it just kind of brought us right back. But I already know that I feel like we'll be talking again in
Oh,
Yes,
the near
absolutely.
future.
absolutely.
We have to
Yes.
definitely connect and do this again. Especially as y'all are continuing building, because I want to hear about the events. Help,
Yes.
plug the events, attend the events, do whatever. Y'all know I don't know. We'll talk offline about the things that maybe we can partner on. So
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah, my business is value family legacy. So y'all
Okay.
have legacy journey. So I think there's some
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I
That's
love.
synergy there.
wild. That is wild. $50 million in the bank account.
Okay.
Amazing. Well, Liv and Mello, thank y'all so much again for stopping by Caffeine and Connections, the podcast.
Yes,
Thank you
thank
for
you.
having us.
And thank y'all for watching. Again, catch us here, Caffeine and Connections. I'm your host, Angie Griffin. And hey, don't forget, subscribe, like, and share. And until next time, peace, y'all.
Peace.